Viswanathan, mute everybody except
Yeah.
Sayyad and you.
Okay, now you can see my slide.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This was the second slide I showed. And this is the third slide, which is on agriculture research, what the what transformers, all the AI talks about it. Then this is about ICR scientists, what problems they face. That's what I asked. Education, what are the problems faced? The question asked. With this, I think, because I have seen several institutes last 8 years, I'm actively seeing all the institutes and universities I visited. And I see a lot of problems. What is happening myself? I want this validated my thinking about what is the real issues. And these are all the maybe main reasons why what we face with the water today also. Because I also have seen a lot of money has been spent on water in India from the World Bank projects, everything. Several World Bank projects and so many institutes are existing like Valmi. I mean, name it, ICID, and so many institutes. I can count around 7, 8 institutes working in for water. Still, we don't see we use more than 90% water in Punjab and almost 70% water. So, could be the problem? My inquisitiveness went deep ahead to find out what could be the reasons what to do. So then this is again from somebody else. Actually, in agriculture in the field, like one of our speakers told about, it is a public awareness. It's a cooperative social system. Everything must be involved. Alone as one scientist cannot do the job. So this is needs a collaboration to succeed. So we have taken this webinar series. I have taken with the objective of bringing out results at the end of it. So we have need a collaboration. It's a must. We could not do it because institutes, they have their own limitations. As we have seen in the earlier, we have all other issues. How to bring them together? We need collaboration here. So this slide shows we need a collaboration. Is a must. Now there are 2 points I want to talk here about. What is happening in the institutes, universities? Scientists tend to super specialize. So they become like silos which are not connected. For example, I tell you here an example is how many people of farm machinery really bother about soil and water conservation tools, or how many of the structures people really worry about soil and water. They are not. They think they are different, so they think their specialty is only important for the farmer. This is the biggest problem. Even though may not be, it's not a core area, but we are not trying to understand what others are doing, and that becomes like a horses with a cover on the side. We don't see what is happening outside, and that is one of the main reasons, in my opinion. This can be changed. I think we could change this. Will change everything. Probably this is one of the ways we can do ourselves without anybody else. Those who are cooperating, be an example, then others will follow automatically in line with that. Second point, what I see is important.
Vishwanath,
Okay. Second point I see very important is the system what runs as the hierarchical system. I don't say it is bad. I don't say it is bad. But the problem is there is no freedom for research. I have visited several 4 years back to one of the universities, state university, where my classmate was a vice chancellor. So we had a long talk. He called everyone because one of the postgraduate students complained to me he cannot publish anything out or participate without permission of the top level. I mean, this is something I found. I tried to call all the meeting. My friend helped me, but they are not willing to get convinced. So this is a status of research. Today I have shared in AAAE and automation also one video about freedom in research with limited scope is absolutely must for us. And for example, if this project we are going to carry, question some people ask me, which institute is going to do this? This is a problem. So this, how we get through, I got some solutions to propose to you. You will consider it. So this is the biggest. This cartoon is very interesting to show that a postgrad comes and he wants to do some research in line. Then he becomes a professor. He listens to his head of the department, says what he will do. Only he will grow up. Then he goes like that stage by stage. When he retires, only then he thinks probably I will do some research. Uh, this is from US scenario. It is similar to India, also very similar. So the hierarchy, we can't break it right now. The problem is position. Position plays a great role in India. If a vice chancellor come for a meeting, there'll be 50, 60 people in the crowd will be there. If there is a DG participate in the meeting, there'll be 200. We had in the last IAC when we had the webinar series. Whenever we called DDG, it was around 200, 300 people were crowding it. So this is the problem we have to get through in this project somehow, how to bypass it, how to come through. So these two things we have to change in mind. Third one, this is our real what we want to do, what I thought before starting the webinar series. We select a dozen of forms. Okay, it may be dozen, 1 dozen, 2 dozen. The numbers we have to fix together with you. It's a mixture of canal bore well. Now, if you ask whether it is small hole forms only, no, you can mix it. Then we have to facilitate water supply potential measurements. I mean, what is the water availability? Supply side, what are all possibilities? How to do it? How to measure it? Then we have to have facilitate water demand prediction systems. For example, with sensors, they want to predict whatever maybe we discuss with the team and come through how to demand prediction. Then plan the irrigation schedules also. How to plan the irrigation schedule. See, then we have to see whether how to automate this control. In these forms, what you're selecting around 20. Then we have to use the best agriculture practice. This, I think, probably short, it covers all the area. We'll see in the next slides, but this covers the main core of the area, what we have to finally come through a conclusion of doing. Because I have seen with farmers, one farmer is using, if it's beneficial to him, sure, all other farmers will follow him. For sure, if it is beneficial to him. That's a question mark. And whether this team, we can do it, because till now we have seen so many meetings, discussion happening. I have seen a lot of webinars attended, research oriented. Now, some institute will do it. It's a problem again. In that institute head may not be so cooperative, or his assistants may not be cooperative. So I think one chance we have here is AAAE has got all the experts. We can bring them together, and AAAE also can, a leader of this project can do, like an NGO does it. We do a professionalism. We want to show us a sample how to do it, not only for testing purposes. You should run for years together. So people will adopt automatically after 1 or 2 years. This is the objective which I had my view, and I shared this objective with few people in Ludhiana itself, and they agreed. Some other people agreed, who are in this group also agreed. We'll discuss about this. To come to these conclusions, we have some challenges. That I will put in 2 slides for you. Next, what are the challenges we have? Okay, the question is, anything we discuss should come involve the farmers and cost effective and beneficial to them. Alternate wetting and drying, why it is not used? This is a question I have. The reason told was power availability, which I think can be discussed. It can be solved probably. Direct seeding of rice is not taken because of labor problem. This was what I heard in this webinar series. Whether it's true or how to overcome that. Now, low pressure irrigation system sometimes works, some places doesn't work. This was what from this webinar series came out. This is point to be discussed, whether it's possible. Only with the limited the 20 dozen or something forms, we discuss on that first. Let's not try to cover the whole problems of the whole Indo-Gangetic belt and see we will solve it. Let us solve for the 20. Let it be not 20 be not only Punjab, it can be in somewhere UP, anywhere else. Let it spread out also. So, borewell pump automation. Flood irrigation and metering and control. Borewell pump automation is possible. For example, we can find out how many hours he has to use the pump, irrigate, whatever it is. Surface storage systems. Already, like Punjab, they started now a little bit, and yesterday we heard a lot. In Tamil Nadu, it has helped. The surface, what do you call it? Pit, he used to call. It helped very much. Then we have why drip irrigation is not adopted. When up to 90%, sometimes in Punjab given, 75 to 90% of subsidy given, why it is not adopted? Next question is not, I'm not getting anywhere. Subsurface irrigation, what is the return of investment? People say it's expensive, but how much it costs? Why? Where we can reduce? These are the points can be discussed. These are all suggestions from me to put the points through. You are the experts, and I leave it to the floor after this. So we will take one by point and discuss. I'll put Gajendra Singh and Dr. Kanwar to lead the discussion after I finish this. The next one slide, this slide. Control environment agriculture, where it can be used. Can it be together in a form with normal open agriculture plus a control environment can be done? Probably it will add the income of the farmers. This is one thing we will discuss. Bio-waste management. This comes almost everything in integrated plants is very important. What are the issues actually we faced? How to improve the energy efficiency? You see, 60% of the subsidy for pumps goes to pump industry. 40% of subsidy goes to micro irrigation industry, who makes pipe, okay, drip irrigation pipes. Imagine 60% go to pump industry. I don't see any pump industry person discusses about how to increase the efficiency, which is currently 35%. I went in Coimbatore when I visited last time. I talked about there are some Coimbatore pump companies trying to make it up to 50, 60% also possible. So these issues we have to see whether we can do. Then soil conservation structures, whether it's possible in these forms, trial forms we see. Drainage. Is there any drainage system required? The area we take the salinity issues, how we can do that. Then finally, of course, we have to talk about resource system. These are all the issues one by one. I think I'll share this PDF I have. I can share with all of you. Then this is only my suggestions, personal suggestions, and this I think I'll leave it after this challenges discussion, and we come to the previous slide of what the objective, how to do it. Then we come to see about policy recommendations. These are all the some of the policy recommendations which were there by given water pricing was one policy recommended monitoring, limited borewell pumping. That means they cannot pump more than certain hours, and surface storage soil was in conservation structures. Then drip subsidy, do we increase more or what is it? What distribution? So what do we really ask for policy recommendation? What the government can do? What we cannot do, how do we expect government to do? So I think we focus it, probably leave it the floor to focus on important issues like this. Now, with this, I will ask the floor to open. Whoever wants to talk about 3 minutes, maybe give their opinion about these basics topics, they can talk. And after about 20 minutes, 25 minutes total time we have, then we can go for discussion on individual points, and then we conclude it. I leave it Dr. Kanwar, the Gajendra Singh, to take over from now.
And let him start.
Good morning. Saiji, can I start first, maybe?
Yes.
Unless Gajendra wants to do it. It's
No, Ramesh, you should do it.
Well, first of all, I think I have to admire AAA as a whole, but Saiji Vishwanathan, I don't know what kind of material Saiji you are made up of. I cannot believe what kind of energy you have to put up these highly interactive, innovative seminars or workshops or whatever I call it, all these, whatever you have done is so far. It's admirable. I think I'm struggling for the words. But whenever I make a 3-minute speech, which is I call an elevator speech, I look at only strategic deltas and pluses. I don't know how many of you understand. I think lots of pluses. I think you have summarized the presentation very well. So you have summarized some of the challenges we all are facing. I won't use the word negative word at all. I would use the word challenges. So one thing, it always comes to my mind that what roles professional societies are playing in kind of bringing changes or bringing transformations or bringing impacts. So I think it was very highly impactful seminar series. It highlighted all the kind of important topics. So the question comes on the impacts, what impacts we have. I think one of the impact I have seen that technologies are available, researchers are doing the right kind of work, but it is not reaching the farmers, stakeholders. Like I would say for irrigation, everything we want to know, it's available. All the technologies are available. The question is how to take those technologies to the farmers. So I think when the question comes, it's not reaching. That means there's a challenge. Our university professors are not going to the farmers. They are not demonstrating them. If industry has those technologies are not going there. You also brought a point that next time you would like to bring certain select maybe model farms which have some borehole or canal irrigation. Any farmer in India has a borehole on his farm or a canal water available. These are the luckiest farmers in India in terms of water availability, in terms of irrigation. So I think the challenge is the farmers who don't have access to the water. The groundwater is too deep. Canal water is not available. They depend primarily on rainwater. So those are the challenges we need to address. So I think much of the focus we should have is irrigation efficiencies are for those who are water availability, but we should concentrate more on the kind of rain-fed agriculture. So uh, if we can have a similar seminar series again, bring only those farmers which are facing the challenge of water availability. They are facing the challenges that the technology available. They don't have access to some of the infrastructure we have developed at the university, like research. And finally, the point I want to make is how many people are attending these seminars. In the beginning, the attendance was very large, and yesterday, I think it went up to 15 and then 16. So I think we should look at the impact is always how many people are kind of are recipient of these seminars or participating in this one. And AAA as a whole, I wish Saiji, Gajendra, and those of you who are kind of managing at the center, AAAE has a mission for entire Asia. I didn't see any participation from any other country in Asia. So I think we can advertise the seminar. We are going to have India-focused case studies, India-focused technologies, so they will understand. So that is one of the delta, I call it. So if somehow we can advertise a little bit more, we can inspire a little bit more. Some participation from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka participation was there one. Timing wise, whether it's Indonesia, whether it's the Philippines, whether it's Thailand, but something we have to do to truly present this activity for the entire Asia. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That's kind of very interesting. I want to reply some of the questions what you got. Actually, what I want is not the farmer who doesn't have water to come. This is to reduce the water consumption. Yes, yesterday, for example, Tamil Nadu, you told how the crop get rotted. Punjab doesn't get rotted, but we use maximum 92-94% of water. So that is the reason, mate. Number two, you told about participants. Yes, there are, when you see YouTube, there are up to 120 have viewed YouTube. Many people prefer afterwards to view the YouTube. But I told it's a challenge actually. For example, ICID meeting, International Commission, it was on Friday, Thursday. Only 73 people attended, international completely. So the question is that it was a big challenge when they told also this, the head you told 70 is there, now we have to start, only it is not increasing. So this is the problem now to get the people, that is internationally. But in India, I told you, the question is if we don't do anything, we will be sitting idle. That's what has been happening. At least I'm happy that we have reached out maybe about 80, 90 for each speaker. If you see in YouTube, you'll find at least minimum. Yesterday also, YouTube, you'll find maybe 16, 20 something today was there. So total was 40, 35 to 40. So visibility, I would say around last time also, I told this only about 150. I don't know how, because I requested each one. But the problem is some of the professors come also, they tell There are no students here. I think the professor must tell his own students to come. So the problem is we have to, because people are not attending, I think we have to go on pumping them. So I think somewhere the door will open. Next question you told, your suggestion is very good. The postings are done AAAE. We have sent the mails, everything to all the members of AAAE. It's a problem of getting the international people also into that. So it was given to everyone. It's India concentric done already. We'll try to see what you suggested. Try to see the ideas more, how to bring them together. Thank you. Anybody else want to?
Oh, I think Ramesh made excellent points. So we should continue. Okay.
Yes.
So Syed, you come to your agenda.
Yeah. Okay. I will put on.
Now, if half a minute I can.
Yeah. Please. That's what anybody.
I appreciate what Dr. Kamar has said. In fact, there has been, maybe lack of understanding among the speakers that what actually they are going to speak. If it was point blank and told in the beginning that the case studies and specific studies related to the whole Asia, that would be presented, then perhaps it would have been a little more close to that. If you remember, in the very first day when I presented, I had just given a hint that we had worked for almost 14 years in a very drought-prone area of Alwar. Still, we are continuing there. So how could we manage the change? It would be a very good example to be followed anywhere. Just last year, I was in Vietnam. I took the help of Professor Gajen Singh and Professor Babel from Thailand, and to get somebody in some connection. And it so happened the student there in particularly the Ho Chi Minh City, he arranged a good interaction with the faculty there, and I was not prepared for that, so I could have a very free run and just a extempore talk. But they got really interested, and they were looking for the funds, how to take things forward. In India, for example, I have just one point to add, Professor Kamal. When the PMKSY was introduced, Professor Gajen Singh is well aware, it was started in very earnest, and we conducted 8 training programs for IAS officers who were supposed to be manning the canal systems. And that was very good exercise done. And after that, it was decided that for each state, they will prepare the district irrigation plans. And those district irrigation plans will start with the first assessment of the total water resource that they have, then its utilization present status, and then what could be done. But as the things were not followed up in real pursuit from the administrators of the system and PMKSY as a whole, it went to some of the IAS people. Initially, Mr. Chopra was there. He was very interested, very keen. But when he was just sent to West Bengal, to his parent cadre, the people I will not name, the people who followed in his chair, they didn't show that interest, and the PMKSY, the whole exercise was almost gone. So I think to address any problem of irrigation from a particular point of view in an area, it will start with the assessment of the resource as such. And then not one technology can be adopted everywhere. And that's why, as Ismail said, that somewhere the drip is not followed properly, despite 90% subsidy. No, if you start giving 90% in Punjab to a farmer near the canal, he will just put it a bundle and throw it away. So we will have to see what technology has to be put where, and all this effort who will do. The researchers are not expected to take individual fields and plan and design. This is the job of the state government and the machinery implementing that particular project there. So next time, if we have this sort of webinar, can we involve the state authorities who are really running the show? Because until unless they get involved, we may be talking among ourselves. and the researchers have very limited scope of implementing anything into the field. But I think there is a lot of scope. Everybody is trying hard. And as you said rightly, technology is abundant. We have all sorts of technology available. We need not develop many now. We have to just select the appropriate one and use it there. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you made an excellent point on, but I think the state government involved, they are already having a lot of projects, state governments. For example, Okra, Pokhara, every state government has their own project, World Bank projects. Even there are problems. But the question is, whatever we are talking as a few professionals here also, still in Punjab, there is nowhere it is working. What all we talk about the how to save water, the technology available, they are not visible for you to see it. So this was my question. My question is, we don't see it in the field. Farmer, how will he adopt? So long farmer gets the water, why he has to look for something else? This was what Sidhu also told me. People don't bother so long they get the water. Okay. But now see, this is the problem. I agree. But I think we know the water will not be there for a long time. We know very well. So we are not doing any action. Wait till that moment comes, then start crying for milk. I thought probably we can attempt. I think we'll attempt to showcase. I have seen, because that is one thing we can do. We are not going to lose anything out of it. Okay. Whatever, instead of telling other person you take initiative and do it, probably it's we also can contribute. This is the objective what I have. And I think if it is not possible, it's okay. Opinions are opinions. We discuss to disagree on point, but my sincere feeling is somebody must take the initiative to come. We can't expect the governments to do, because they will say we already have our own team of engineers, your engineers sitting there, they are doing. They are not able to do, for example. And the university research only stops with the university. How to bring them together? So now I will ask Dr. Murtaza, please.
Yes, as per the agenda point of Syed Sahib, one of the agenda point was the low pressure drip irrigation system.
Yes.
So I think I got the opportunity to work with this technology for almost 10 years. And then see, when we are saying low pressure, it means that pressure is directly related with energy. It means that it requires very less energy also. Now, this system is very good for the small land holding, especially I found 500 to 1000 square meter, whether it is open field or it is controlled environment agriculture. Very useful system. It's very good for all the horticulture crops, whether flowers, vegetables, some trees also. But we have to remember that when we say low pressure means how much? So our experience was that minimum 2-meter head that is required. And then its calculation, hydraulic calculation was very simple. That if it is 500 square meter area, we are using 500 liter water tank. 1000 square meter area, 1000 liter tank. It worked very well. We have to keep the hydraulics and then the bed length and then size of the tank. These things are very important. These things. In many countries, this popular technology is also known as family drip irrigation system, and it is very popular because one family can control it. Its installation, its maintenance, and then you have to, after the crop, you can completely roll back the system. These systems are very good and very. I found it very encouraging. I do not know what is the reason that somehow this technology could not go. I think after many farmers. So very popular technology, and especially in the present context when the land area is decreasing and there is lots of focus on horticultural crops. So this works almost with gravitational energy. If you have a 2-meter platform, put the tank there. The other very big advantage is that in the same tank, we are using all the water soluble fertilizers also. So since the height is less, it is very easy to put in. And after that tank, there is a small disc filter we are using. Once in a week, we used to clean the filter, so no effort is required, and system works very well. So this particular system, as you are right, that one of the agenda point is there. I do not know, somewhere some lacking is there, because one of the things is that this system requires a specialized drip irrigation system that the points, the drip irrigation, especially the discharge, it should require low discharge drippers. So otherwise, the system works very well. Some of the companies like Jan irrigation, drip irrigation, they started making this system, but after that, suddenly it vanished. And now it is not at all being used. But I think it has a great potential, as I told you, that both in open field as well as in controlled environment agriculture, this low pressure drip irrigation. Another point is that related to controlled environment agriculture, because I am working now presently, my team, the one of the major advantage related to water in this controlled environment agriculture and its modern forms, whether it is vertical farming, hydroponics, aeroponics, or aquaponics, that although it requires initial cost, technology, know-how of the system, but the very great advantage of this system are that they are very water efficient. We have found, and I have presented also in my lecture, that the water overall, the water consumption or water use efficiency, water productivity, when we grow the crops inside this controlled environment agriculture, whether it is pure soilless or it is hydroponics or it is aeroponic, it is very good. So in the coming time, when there is a great pressure on the water, so these systems, I think they have their own importance, and it is going to be there, because water and energy, both things are linked. And then now solar energy linked, all the models are available. So people are going to use, they are already using it. So these two couple of points are, I think, as per the agenda points of Sayyid Saab, this is my opinion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Rakesh? Narda?
Thank you, Ismail. Thank you, Sayyid. And of course, I'd like to add to what Dr. Murtaza was saying. Actually, now when we say low pressure, low flow drip irrigation systems or micro irrigation systems, it means the head required is head required is 60 centimeters, not more than that. That is 2 feet. It's not the conventional low pressure irrigation systems. You can have any amount of area depending upon the size of the tubal you are having. So the question is, we can use low pressure drip irrigation systems even in conjunction with the canal irrigation systems, where the minimum head provided is 4 feet, around 120 centimeters. And of course, I require only 60 centimeters for that. And then regarding the Punjab farmer, actually, recently I was in one of the conference, and the same was lamented at that point that okay, they are using excess water. It is being they are using, of course, they are mining it for their requirements, particularly for the paddy, but then it is the indisciplined supply that is causing a havoc, because farmers are not getting the right kind of disciplined supply, and they always feel that, okay, what if I will not irrigate the field today, what will happen tomorrow? And regarding the subsidies, we always say that we must be providing around 50% subsidy, not 90% is not required. 90% is not required because, and moreover, the amount of investments that are coming into Punjab, around 5 crore rupees, and people are not even demanding it. Whereas the government of late, the government started thinking about it, and they banned some pusa varieties. Then, of course, whatsoever is sugarcane, these vegetables, flowers, fruits, and of course cotton, they can be easily brought under under micro irrigation systems, even with the 50% of the subsidy. And regarding the other take, involving these agencies. These agencies have, of course, this Department of Horticulture, Department of Agriculture, Department of Soil and Water Conservation, Department of Soil and Water Conservation, and all other such departments have become only the subsidy disbursement departments. They are not into any kind of extension or something like that. Only thing is, whenever they get the money from the government coffers, and that money is distributed among the farmers, irrespective of whether it is required or not required. Of course, the farmers which have switched to drip irrigation systems, they also face the same kind of problem, because in the case of they also did not they also do not get the right kind of disciplined power supply which is required for these micro irrigation systems, where we need to irrigate frequently, and that becomes the problem. And that's why we started with popularizing the solar-based drip irrigation system, so that whenever there is a requirement, there is the electricity power available, and that can be helpful. And of course, I believe that yes, such systems can be taken up, but of course with the help, we are doing in the case of horticulture sector. In the horticulture sector, what they are doing is they come up with the center of excellences for different crops, may it be vegetables, may it be, and of course they are they are showcasing the technologies over there. What are the yield increases? There are many examples of such centers, like Center of Excellence for Vegetables at Garonda, then at Kartarpur, and many other centers are there. And that way, these centers can be involved, these organizations can be involved, and they can demonstrate. And of course, the technologies from the universities can go to them, technology from the universities to the institutes, so that they don't not only showcase the technologies for the farmers, but also also help them bring more area under the micro irrigation systems or water saving technologies. And of course, all these technologies like alternate wetting and drying system, drying method, direct seeding of rice, I'm still skeptical about it, because the only water saved in case of direct seeding rice is the water saved water saved because of we are not raising the nursery into it. But then they are doing it with flood irrigation like anything. And of course, flood irrigation metering and control is one of the important part, and then borewell pump automation. Of course, agriculture is blamed for the energy power nexus, and there's a need to come up with better or more efficient pumps. Surface storage systems is a need of the hour, and we have to take into consideration. And of course, particularly in Punjab, these storage systems, village ponds or village water storage systems have really undergone a big change. We add most of the wastewater to it, and because of that wastewater, these are not being used. And of course, the technologies are there, but then they have to be showcased with the help of the state departments only. And when we say drip irrigation is not adopted in Punjab, the major reason is the investment. The investment is not coming the way it should have been. And moreover, there is another challenge. That is, in almost every state of the country, they are having focused special purpose vehicles or platforms for the micro irrigation systems. But in Punjab, it is still a distant dream. They are still not into it, and hope if they go for it, I hope that certainly they will get more investment into it, and the technology will be more penetrated. That's my take on that. Thank you.
Dr. Uday Kotke, Chandrasekhar, you have to wait. I will call you after. You are in the queue. You are in the queue, Dr. Chandrasekhar. Uday Kotke,
Hello.
please.
Yeah. Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. Actually, the presentations made on this water webinar was excellent. All the presenters, they presented their areas in a very better manner. As far as the comments are concerned, actually what I feel the first point is water reduction interventions. If you look at the water as a resource is the least bothered as compared to the seed, fertilizer, labor, and energy. So that is the first point, and that's why there is a problem of the awareness, like the presentation made yesterday by the Tamil Nadu agriculture engineer, by creating the awareness among farmers regarding the water saving technologies, water harvesting technologies. It was excellent. So such efforts are not being taken by all the departments, the state departments particularly. That is one point. Second is, if you look at the canal water and groundwater, since last 2-3 decades, we are talking about this. Canal water irrigation efficiencies are not increasing more than 30% or 35%. As compared to groundwater or the well water, I think the efficiency is higher than 70%. And this is because of the ownership. The canal water is freely available, and here the point of ownership of the resource comes, because the farmer doesn't look it as a owner of the resource, water resource, when there is a canal water available. And that is also one of the problem, or one of the issue why the Punjab and Haryana there is no adoption of drip irrigation. I will come to that point afterwards. As far as the if you look at the command and because we have conducted several studies in Maharashtra, and we could find the difference between command and uncommand. Just adjoining the command area, in uncommand area, the efficiency is higher. The farmers, they are adopting all the technologies for reduction, for the intervention and the reduction in water absorption or water consumption. So that is one point. So I think the participation or the participatory water management, many NGOs, as far as the soil water conservation is concerned, NGOs, they are doing better as compared to the government agencies. So involvement of farmers, and they should look at the water as a very precious resource, and that is more important. Otherwise, for the adoption of drip irrigation, if you look at the adoption, the cash crops or the remunerative crops or the horticulture
I think
crops.
it's not for the lecture. We should get to the implementation, how we move forward. Okay, please.
Yes, sir. So I think the this adoption is because of the feasibility. Because if we are adopting a drip irrigation, the scientists should give the other option, like the next crop rotation, and that the same system should be adopted for the same drip irrigation system. The crop rotation has to be adopted. As far as the students' involvement is concerned, I think because maybe the hierarchical problem is there, and students, they feel that this is not of their use, and it is just a policy, and the hi-fi technology is being presented in the seminar. So because we try to involve the students at our level, but they join in some webinars, but all the time they were not present. So location-specific adoption and of the technologies also are important. I think these are my points or the comments on these discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Uday. Dr. Ingersal?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
And first of all, thank you very much, sir. And I sincerely compliment and appreciate the efforts you people are taking in, all seniors. You are finding so much interest, and the youngsters like us, I think we should definitely emulate. So coming to the point, sir, I think you have captured all the important points, but if you kindly permit me to say a few things in case it is okay. So I mean, not on the points which is missed out or something, but how we can go about some of the points. One is, sir, we should first understand how much of water is being used purely for agriculture. There are district level administrative bodies which they are working on, to classify various blocks, whether it is exploited, overexploited, it has a potential to tap water. But that is not distinguishing whether it is for agriculture or for others. In fact, it is for both. So many times I doubt that, the water projects which we are implementing is not exclusively for agriculture. At times it is for, even drinking purpose. So the drinking purpose is the is given more importance than agriculture. So that's the point I just want to say. Second is water requirement. When we are seeing the USDA guidelines and other maybe Massav Israel guidelines, they exactly measure how much of water is required to have this much yield. And in case if it is over irrigated, what is the effect of the effect on over irrigation and yield? So these 2 points, I think we are not getting guidelines or anywhere from any of the universities. I think I would put it that water budgeting that way. Then, we are talking about using bio energy, but we are not even using it for mulching. So how we can bio waste management? Yeah, I get the exact word. Thank you. And why can't we even use it for mulching? That is not happening. But we are trying to burn it. We are trying to dispose it. So that's the issue. Then, sir, second is that critical irrigation. It's a concept. So now we should understand what is the critical irrigation, when to irrigate, how much to irrigate, how to irrigate. This is the thing which we taught when we enrolled in the college. But still, we don't get that kind of when to irrigate. That aspect is missing. Then, sir, I think it is covered many of the aspects. But what happens to climate change and how the requirement of climate change is impacting in our irrigation systems? So it is evident, and it's a reality. Then we should prepare. So how we can integrate the existing technologies with climate change, and maybe you were talking about the AI and other aspects. So automation. So that I would call it as an integrated approach. So we have to get into all these things and how our irrigation system should change. So independently by measuring the water requirement won't help. So it also will lead to the efficiency of the irrigation projects. Until unless we tell how much is to be irrigated, definitely the tail enders will not get the water, because the upland people, they try to tap maximum water. More potential you create, it is tapped at the top reaches and it will not go down. So that's why many of the projects, they are not even covering 80% of the command area which is planned in the starting. Then, sir, there were some discussions about the departments which are mainly engaged in kind of delivering the subsidy. Some of the models are already there, wherein the transparency and also the efficiency has been increased using simple IT, the information technology. I think if that can be done, the burden of the department officers will come down. So then last is that it's only on information sharing. I don't know whether how many of us will agree also. Direct seeding and SRI, these two things are not covered for insurance. So that is the reason in many places the farmers are not adopting. So because direct seeding, you are adding so much of seed, you are wasting that resource there. Then you are getting more plants per square meter. Then in the insurance company is reluctant to go for that kind of insurance. So this is what we got a feedback. Thank you very much, sir, once again for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Captain Sir. Dr. Kanwar?
Thank you. I think my point has already been made by Gajendra that we should maintain the 3-minute limit and not more than that. Otherwise, its session is becoming another webinar. All the points we have discussed are being brought back again. But I think we should make some of the comments in this, how to move forward, or what is the way forward for us? How should we go forward? So please, if all of you can bring those comments, it would be great.
Can I have 1 minute?
Oh, raise your hand. Asiba? Just I have got 3 persons waiting. I'll give you a couple of minutes, then I'll come to you.
Yes, sir.
Asiba?
Yeah, this is Agarwal, VK Agarwal. Can I have 1 or 2 minutes?
No, just wait a minute. You raise your hand now. You're in the queue now.
This is my first joining with
No,
the
no,
group, and
no,
I was
just hold on. Yeah, okay.
I was just listening that we are talking about conservation and things. Generally, I say that without cost, no conservation, and without measurement, there is no
And yet
management.
you have to follow the people have been waiting. Chandrasekhar and others
Yeah,
have been waiting for long.
Yeah, so
Dr. Vigyansamvad, can you wait for a while?
yes, but I have been associated with the one of the
No,
project
no.
in
Can you wait for a while? Can you wait for a while before your time? Dr. Asivar, you raise your hand. I ask you to speak.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. All the presentations are very informative. I have some points to discuss, sir, because what happened, the conveyance efficiency is very less in particularly the projects, and more than 50% capacity of all the projects were reduced. That is needs to be taken care. And another point is that the subsidy is also different for different states for the irrigation. Yes. And another thing is that the subsidy for the state like Maharashtra is also very less, 60 to 70% only given. And those rain-fed states are there. They are getting the less subsidy as compared to the irrigated states. That is the concern. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes. These
Thank
are
you.
my
Thank you.
suggestions. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sir.
Chandrasekhar Barsavli, please.
Yeah.
Chandrasekhar? Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. And yeah, I want to make one recommendation about the policy. And this is regarding, you mentioned that everybody is saying that there is a problem of water in Punjab. And as probably some of you know that I'm innovator of a technique called SRT, Saguna Regenerative Technique. Saguna Regenerative Technique was born in 2011, and since then our experience is that if the Saguna Regenerative Technique, which is no till technique, no tillage, so if we can adopt that, the water infiltration improves immensely, because the earthworms come and many other microbiological activities improve, soil organic carbon improves, so water infiltration improves. And in Punjab, if we want water infiltration to be improved, it is possible. SRT, actually, we got some chance 2 years ago, but then people sort of didn't like our idea, and they, without giving us enough chance, they made us run away from there. What is needed is SRT should be tried out in Punjab. And our main goal is no tillage. Plowing land is the enemy. And so for which the proper research should be done, and plowing in Punjab should be banned. That is my recommendation.
Thank you. Dr. Rajkumar Johar. Rajkumar Johar.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I think one of the problem for during implementation, I foresee is that our communication system not in the formal manner, but say when we say communicate that surface irrigation system has a efficiency of 40 to 50% and drip irrigation has a water application efficiency of 90%. So it directly to the policymaker, it communicates as if 50 to 60% what is being lost under surface irrigation. And that's why whenever there is any policy making decisions, those policymakers immediately say introduce the micro irrigation system. Now, coming back to the problem we are facing, let's say a decline in the water tables. So those water savings are at the farm level. When we talk of the regional level, then the loss in the surface irrigation is not loss from the system. Loss from the system is only evapotranspiration. Our cropping pattern is responsible for that, not the irrigation system. Improving the efficiency of the irrigation system under declining water table situation can never be an effective intervention to check that problem. So I think we need to see the differences between the own farm as well as the regional field, because ultimately I think this forum is for long-term sustainability for a community as a whole, not for individual fields. So we have to look into.
Thank you. Thank
Although
you.
I can speak a lot on this one. Another
No,
aspect
no,
is
no, no. I think we should limit to the our scope. We want to what our target, what I have told. We have to limit to that. So we will have another one to talk separately. We can have different sessions. But this one, how to implement it? What are the challenges? The challenges I have put on 2 of the slides here. These challenges, how to do you have you felt similar challenges already? Already in your location? And what is the suggestion for Punjab to implement this? So our objective is to implement in Punjab in some of the forms life to come with these challenges. That is the discussion. So this is a discussion already. Yes, that is a discussion now.
But
Yes,
if you implement those interventions without understanding its implication at the regional scale or the system level.
No, we already have gone through the webinar series. We asked a lot of people to talk. We have offered everybody with almost in Krishi Manthan, I have given almost 1,200 people. I have sent to people to participate and talk. So last day when we are discussing, we only focused on this. Okay. Now I will ask Dr. Bhaskar.
Sayyad.
Yeah.
Sayyad, I think you have to understand the point Dr. Jorar is making. The loss in the flood irrigation system is an addition to the groundwater.
Right.
And that is recharging. So it's not really a loss on a regional basis. I think that's the point he wants to emphasize. Dr. Jorar, is that correct?
Yeah, exactly, sir. That's what I wanted to say, because all the policy decisions or investments, even in the declining water tables, are majorly emphasizing on improving the efficiency of the application. This is not.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Dr. Bhaskar?
Good evening, sir. I just want to point to at one perspective, that is the occasional premium nature of water, which is affecting the farmer's psychology. What I mean by occasional premium nature of water is that the scarcity is seasonal and it's not constant throughout the year. And that's what affects the farmer's psychology. So all the policy framework, it's not about the technology aspect, but the policy framework should be framed in a manner that it affects the farmer's psychology to adopt or invest in water saving technologies. So somewhere this policy aspect, some strategies to shift the psychology and drive sustainable adoption. This would include, I will just make 3 specific points which can make it happen. So make water scarcity visible and economically tangible, which can be done by metered pricing. So
no, that we have already mentioned the points. Meeting also come. We discussed already in the webinar series all of the points what you're talking. We discussed already. I think the main points regarding to these 2 slides only, if we talk, it'll be useful for us. Otherwise, it's it'll be difficult because we already discussed all the points. We came to these conclusions. So in these slide points, if you can talk about it, fine, because we are looking for solutions now. I would ask Dr. Vicky Agarwal, please. You have a question, you can ask. Then we go for individual point base. I'll ask questions to you. Everyone can vote for it, whether it's practical or not. That way we can conclude in another 20 minutes. That's the time. So I'm looking for the time to get the results. So Dr. Vicky Agarwal, make it short, please.
Actually, I was part of the project called More Food with Less Water during year 12 to 14, which was funded by ADB. And Government of India was part of that one, and I was part of that project. And we are talking about the efficiency of irrigation. It is very low here, right? We are using 3 or 4 times more water per kilo of production in India. We know this one. So we went to Bangladesh and we hired the senior people and they are supplying water to the farmer pipe system to each individual farmer through ATM system.
Yeah,
So why
I
we
think
can't?
you're talking about policies which are not in our hand. We cannot do it. This type we can talk many ideas, but I think I
No,
want to be specific for this. We want to
I
adopt in Punjab? So because I cannot go and tell now for the form to adopt in Punjab metering system, because we have already talked about this. See, Dr. Kesavan has discussed detail in one of the webinar series about water pricing. So let us leave
my
that
point.
water pricing topic. Come to the next topic, please.
Okay, no, my point is that we have a forum. There are many forums. We keep on talking about increasing efficiency. Unless and until we do something to charge the cost of the water to the farmer.
That has been discussed already. We have discussed. We'll discuss it again afterwards. Okay. Thank you. This has been discussed in almost for half an hour. We discussed. Now
Okay.
I will come back to the main agenda. I want to have your frank opinion. And I see Dr. Samarpit Kaur is also there, and Selva Kumar is there. I think and Dr. Rajput, and we have already Rakesh. I think Dr. Sharda, now he's not there. I want to know, Dr. Samarpit Kaur.
I'm there.
Yeah, you are there. So I want to know from you people, because see, Selvagma works on water supply, his model, and you worked on water demand, and she works out. You people know Sidhu is not there today, but I think he has told me he will be keen. So what we can do, is it possible this, what 6 points I'm talking, is it feasible, first of all, according to your opinion? Can we get farmers ready? Only the cost I'm not talking right now. Can we get the farmers ready? That's my question.
Yeah, of course. I think Dr. Rajput has raised the hand. Let him
Yeah,
speak.
you can talk. You can talk. These 5 people for whom I told, you can talk without even raising hand. Please go ahead. Dr. Rajput, please.
Thank you, Dr. Saeed, and all senior members here. The question, after all, that why the technology is not reaching the farmer depends on many factors. But let us start thinking some positive thinking, how things can improve. You know, if you just take the slogan of increasing efficiency by 20%, the first attempt was to bring the area in the outer circle, outer periphery of the canal commands under its command. And it cannot come because of, in the absence of the tertiary system of water distribution. So it was planned that let the tail end get the drip irrigation or micro irrigation connected with the canal system, so that with a less amount of water that is reaching at the tail, a large area can be brought in. Now, another very good example I had given was, and can be followed, and it is being followed by many, those whose farms are very close to canal. They can store the water that they are getting from the canal. And you have listened to some of the speakers, they told the supply is not really dependent at all. The canals are not designed to support your irrigation part. They are designed for certain other purpose. So they just don't go into that means, because the management of the canal system itself is a big thing. But whenever the water comes, you just collect and then use it at your desire, as you desire, as per your micro irrigation. So connecting large canal systems with micro irrigation, either through a pond in between or directly from the canal itself, as I showed the example of Andhra Pradesh, that will definitely help. And as far as the tubewell is concerned, the tubewell irrigation is automatically quite efficient, as somebody also mentioned that. So we need not bother as per the efficiency is concerned. Now the question of that groundwater is depleting, farmers are using more water, and sustainability is in question. All these things will remain because of our policy frameworks. So since that is not within our control to price it or do anything of that kind, so we'll have to live with it. So the only solution is that use whatever water we have in a better way and encourage water harvesting in particularly the areas which are deficient in water. That's what I think.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
can I?
Yeah, please go
Yes.
ahead.
Yeah, regarding as Dr. Saab has also told us, as per the hypothesis, we say that okay, Punjab must attempt at least 25% of the area that falls under these vegetables, fruits, then cotton and sugarcane. Once this is adopted, of course, we can raise the efficiency by another 5 to 10%. If we attempt even 25% of that is around 25% of the area. And once that 25% area is attempted, and of course, if we raise the efficiency by 10%, that will make the Punjab the water surplus state, which we are extracting extra from the ground. That's what the hypothesis is. And but then there is a need the same way we are doing center of excellences for horticulture. We should come up with the center of excellences for water only, and we must showcase the technologies to the farmers, and we say that okay, these technologies are working, and of course. I tell you that particularly for the small farmer, we initiated a project in Punjab. It was like particularly for the small and marginal farmers, we gave a subsidy of 90% to the small and marginal farmer for a 500 square meter polyhouse. And it was around 50 polyhouses those were constructed, and 48 of them are being run very successfully, and they are there in the field. This project was initiated 2 years ago, and more farmers are coming forward for such projects, because 500 square meter is doing agriculture in 500 square meter is like doing agriculture of 2 acres in open, and you realize the same kind of yields, and of also you are more certain about the yields also, that you are going to get the output, because it's a controlled agriculture or protected agriculture. So such systems can be brought into, and the technologies showcased to the farmers. And of course, when these farmers visit abroad, or they are taken for excursions in other states, for study tours in other states, they see what is happening there, and they also want to do it. But then we have to come up with an infrastructure in such a way that the technologies are showcased in Punjab only, and then these these state agencies, particularly
Agreed.
soil and water.
Agreed,
please.
Doctor. The problem is we always tell they must do, they must do. I've been listening from all the
Absolutely,
people.
I agree.
I wonder
No.
what we are doing. We are only telling others to do. What we can do. What I'm talking is, the question is what we can do here in this group. That's what my question
What
is.
we can do is we can put up a proposal to the government. Okay, we will come up with a center of excellence for water management, and we'll showcase the technologies, say in an area of around 25 acres. That can be easily done.
So without government also, can we do it without government? Because
Dr.
is it possible to do without government?
I simply would like to say Punjab, in a big picture, is a lost case for irrigation management. When it's a paddy irrigation, you can drive miles and miles. One time I drove from Hoshiarpur to almost to Haryana border. You can go, it was just flood irrigation, no other irrigation system. The challenge is, unless Punjab stop giving free electricity, some of you who are trying to implement some of the new technologies, absolutely there's no way you can implement any technologies. So Punjab, I think, unless the government enters in a policy way to stop electricity, period. Those are the kind of policy you have started, and there's no way you are going to stop it. So, yeah, I think we are living in a kind of, what should I do? I think several people have said low pressure irrigation, and I fully agree with Dr. Saidji, if we have developed those technologies, our outcome should be how many farmers have accepted those technologies. So FORT is not a farmers, FORT is scientist farmer, because we are not able to convince the farmers to adopt those technologies. Period. There is no if and what.
Sir, can I submit
Please,
something?
please.
Yeah. I never think that it will be a gone case. Punjab is never a gone case, and because the way they are producing it, and of course at the cost of water, we are importing water only. We are exporting water, but then the thing is, the farmers grown paddy in 2009 of their own, and the government provided a subsidy of around 900 crores on diesel. That was provided to the Punjab farmers. And regarding these technologies, because it's I think all of you must agree, all of you will agree with me that whenever we say that it is a disruptive technology, it's going to change from it will be a paradigm shift. And if it is a paradigm shift, it means government has to come up with the policies. As I have already told you, that even today we don't have a specialized platform like APMIP or GGRC or Tamil Nadu government, because they started these APMIP is Andhra Pradesh micro irrigation project. They started in 2013. The area under the micro irrigation in that state was not more than 50,000 hectares, and now they are covering more than 1 lakh hectare area every year, and Punjab still has to adopt it. It means there is something. Of course, we are technology ready. You tell us, and we'll show you that almost each of the package of practices is there. Yeah, please.
Agreed.
Syed, you want to say something? And of course, we demonstrated it also in the like in BISA, and we also demonstrated it at Center of Excellence for the fruit plants. And of course, many farmers are coming forward to put their fruit
Harminder
plants
wants to
into
talk.
drip irrigation. Yeah, please.
Yeah, just a second. Just a second. I think, I will allow. I still have one question to Rakesh. Till now, what you told,
please.
again, we expect the government to do. See, so many big institutes are there, like PAU. I'm talking about, like we have WTC. I mean, they cannot get together and tell this problem. This is what we have to do. Why every individual institutes are doing? If policy, when you're talking, I'm asking this question because every institute says it's not my job or I will not do. Government should do. Who is that government? Ultimately, you guys stand together as one. You want it, all of them together. There is one possibility. That's my one of view. Anyway, let's ask Sidhu ka opinion now. Sidhu, please.
Oh, thank you, Syed. I think I'm fully agreed with Dr. Kanwar that if on one side we are giving free electricity for the irrigation, and on other side we are suggesting so many technology, it is I think a little difficult case as far as Punjab and Haryana is concerned. I think more important point is are we using our canal water 100% or it is going waste? Are we using rainwater 100% in our like whatsoever we have the runoff there? So I think if we can improve only on 2 points, that whatsoever the water is available in the state should not go out of the state, or either it should go to the field to irrigate, or it should be used as a recharge.
I heard 40 to 45% of canal only water is used. That's what somebody told in the webinar series.
So I think there should be some steps to at least to use that water. Rest is, as soon as like you start charging irrigation bill or electricity bill, the people will start using less. This is very simple. Yeah. and no political government or no government is ready to do that. I think at least we should focus on canal as far as the river, whichever is flowing through the state. We should tap 100% of its potential. Thank you.
Syed,
Yes.
yeah, in 2007 in Punjab, the one idea which was proposed was that the farmer, based on the area he has, will be given advance payment in the bank account, and then whatever he uses and whatever he saves will be kept in the account, carried over. So rather than giving a free electricity, they were given a, let's say, 10,000 rupees per acre or something like per hectare or something like that, and then you use from that one. That idea sounded very good to everybody because it was still giving you the enough money to properly irrigate, okay, not waste, huh? But somehow the politically it was not accepted. So Harminder, I don't know, I mean, how the without a pricing, without payment, okay, they were not being charged. The money was already still same, but they were system was supposed to become very efficient because you wanted to save money. 10,000 में से 5,000 से काम चल जाएगा तो आपके 5,000 बचेंगे, है ना? That kind of thing, but it still didn't sell. Maybe this is time to sell it now.
Gajendra, I made a comment.
Yeah.
It's a very drastic. It's a very drastic
Yeah,
comment.
Dr.
Punjab is a
has
lost case.
देखिए yeah, it is a very difficult task, but लोग करेंगे डॉक्टर साहब. The only way is to stop this. Somebody has to stop it, right? Otherwise they even they see the scenario is people are not using canal water because they have to go to the field at the night, right? And they want on the other side with the tubal water, it is automatic, and they don't have to go to the field, so they prefer to use the groundwater over the canal water. So that
In
is
canal
the
water,
scenario.
big problem is to manage the canal from the supply to the field. You have to maintain
So
that.
that's how now
That
there are
itself is
some
a big
steps
job.
the government has taken, but the point is मतलब एक एंड नहीं है जिसको ब्लॉक किया जा सकता है, राइट? सो काफी एंड लूज है, लेकिन पानी का मसला जरूर है डॉक्टर साहब, बहुत सीरियस है.
डॉक्टर साहब, इसमें मैं एक चीज और भी ऐड कर देता हूँ. वी रिसेंटली दे आर लाइक लाइनिंग द कैनाल्स. तो जो फार्मर्स हैं नाउ दे आर अप्रोचिंग द इरिगेशन डिपार्टमेंट दैट हमारे एरिया की कनाल आपने लाइन नहीं करनी है. अगर लाइन करेंगे तो हमारी सीपेज के जो हमारा वाटर टेबल मेंटेन हो रहा है वो नहीं होगा अराउंड द कैनाल्स. That's what,
Yes.
And they are lining only on the side, not on the bottom.
and of
only
course
the
they
side.
have started feeling the pinch also, because from 5 horsepower they have reached 35 horsepower to pump out the water. And of course for 35 horsepower they require at least 60 kilowatt generator, 60 to 70 kilowatt generator. And we all know that how much fuel is taken up by that. And of course they have started feeling the pinch, and the things will certainly improve. And I am always of the opinion that it's even if we do you see so many social media so many things on social media that there is a rain, and then the farmer is operating the tubewell. What he will does, he is not he's not sure that whether he is going to get the electricity tomorrow or not, and that rain will stop, and he will still in lurch, and that's why he operates the tubewell. It's simple thing. And of course the governments will change and have to change.
I could think Punjab governments have changed. Nothing has happened unless so it's just a myth. Unless in Punjab the policies are not changed, I don't think farmers will be willing to adopt any technologies. So I think we should stop discussing much on Punjab and let's go forward. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I still, at the end of the session, I will say still I will contact my Punjab friends. I want to do few forms there because I see a lot of things are standing, even technology, what we talk in institutions, they are not practically applicable in the field directly to large amount of farmers. Most of them done in one farm. Even I remember Dr. Srinivas Reddy told only tested in his farm and one more farm, not tested rest of the places. So this is required to be tested, I think. So I will again approach, we'll conclude, I will conclude now. So I think the lesson is known. We learned a lot from this webinar series. I learned personally, and I'm still very keen. I'll be in touch with the Punjab team to make some models of farms that we can implement. Okay. I think I'll ask Dr. Indramani to conclude and Dr. Gajay Singh.
So, Dr. Syed, we have discussed it a lot, and I agree that water is a vexed issue, and that's what I'm really thinking that we should limit ourselves. That's what we can do. So, first thing that webinar series which we have conducted, we will develop a kind of document and our policy paper which we will give to the respective government. We can not only Punjab is the concern, there is a concern in the whole country, and we can approach different states if we can do the study at AAAE on AAAE behalf and send the letter that this should be done, and the rest is to be done by government. I'm fully convinced after working 3 years in Maharashtra that if government is serious, then any program can be implemented. If government is not serious, then no program can be implemented. We are researchers. We can only make suggestions. Number one. So this one, and we can conduct another webinar series in which only 30% academician will be there. The 70% will be different, because academicians' problem with us is whatever we know, we will present that. Whatever topic you want to give, we will present what we know. So many times that becomes a difficulty, and that's why many students and others do not join, because webinar has also become a very common thing. So we will take up the problem, and the speakers we should take from different area, industry, and people who are working on the farmer bill, even the state government, if some success story is there. And then we will conduct actual next series with the implementation purpose. But more than that, what I'm thinking is Professor Gajendra Singh permits, and you all, that we should give emphasis on skilling and training. Yesterday, we had a meeting with the Water Resource Department officers. The superintendent engineer came with 200 staff of junior level and middle level and senior level, including senior engineers. And we had a meeting in Parvani in our university. And they themselves said that, Saab, there is agricultural engineering, which is not, no agricultural engineer is in the department. That means water resources department, and all are civil engineer. And that's why we are not able to understand what is happening at farm level. So I proposed you get approval, we will organize a training for 1 week or so. So I am thinking that AAAE with respective universities and state government, we should plan to train scholars, including young scientists if they are interested, students, and that we can do if required with little this one and free. But state governments are ready to give money also for organizing all this one. First one we will start with this, and then we can approach other state government also, that here is a body which is able to skill the state department officers, and including farmers, progressive farmers, if they organize the training the way you are working with Pokhara and all.
And I will invite you on 17th, on 30th of this one, if possible, because Pokhara chief is coming here in Parvani, and he is also looking for that how we can do so. Maharashtra can provide a place where model that okay, state government and educational institution like university and body like AAAE, who is having treasure of experts. So we can engage them and start working on that side. That's what we discussed last week. So that is that thing, training is skilling one, we will start. And this webinar series, we will develop document and policy paper for respect, not general, for a specific purpose, and will submit, give to the state government. These are the, with the availability of, and taking knowledge from great experts like Professor Kanwar, Dr. Rajput, and all Sarda and all are available, Dr. Sidhu and all who have made presentation, and many others, and from some people who are working on field, some industry person. We can take even a big project, Jain irrigation have implemented, we can take them also. So that we should do. That is my suggestion.
Very good.
Very good.
Thank
Thank you very much. Sayyad, I congratulate you, Vishwanathan, the whole team. Done a wonderful job, and especially the speakers who made excellent presentations. Now I think we starting to learn the problem. The problem is that we are telling everybody else to do rather than ourselves to do what we can do. Okay, so now we know the challenge, and I think a suggestion of a training and identifying the problems of a particular state and concentrating on the solutions through the training of those will be a quiet thing. Although Dr. Kanwar's suggestion, we have to keep in mind that we make them as a case study kind of thing. So one can apply the technologies of one area or one domain to other area. Okay, so let us start the training from Maharashtra. Okay, get the state government involved. Maybe Tamil Nadu may be the next one. Okay, and we should write to other states also if they take up, and then develop a module for a training. But emphasis has to be those people who will be working with the farmers who are working in the field. We have to train those people. Okay. So I think with that, we had an excellent series of this webinar. Now we are getting there. We are getting there rather than we are getting out of the domain of academics. Okay, we are adding other domains into it. Okay, and which is a very healthy sign. Thank you very much, everybody. And we look forward to the paper. I think Sayyad and team will put it together. Make it brief, not more than 5-6 pages. Okay? Huh?
Yeah.
We will get it, sir, printed properly, printed and circulate to all the state governments. We will give to all the state government chief secretaries.
And and keep in mind, we don't tell them what they should do. Huh? What we will do, that we will train your people, we'll do this, we'll have these technologies, we'll help you to implement these on the site. Okay, let's have that kind of approach. Okay, correct. Thank you very much. Thank you. Should close it.
Thank you. Thank you all of you. I want to thank especially for we had 14 speakers. Actually, that's a challenge. Actually, they spent their precious time. Just by word calling you people, I really thank you from my bottom of my heart. This is a starting point. I can challenge any individual person instead of AAAE to try this. Very difficult to get these people together, and we got at least this many people. I think we got it throughout India. From South we got people. We got from NGO. We got from everywhere. We got now within this 14 itself. I think we will do it next time much better. Like with the idea. Training program already we planned last month. Actually, we want to give certification also to the different levels. So training AAAE will start the step. We all have agreed to that. Thank you very much once again.
Special thank you, Dr. Vishwanathan, Dr. Sayyad, and all the speakers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the speakers. Thank you very much for giving time.
Good job,
Thank you,
Sayyed. Good
Namaskar.
job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sayyed, and thanks to all the seniors.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Good night.